Hello and welcome to my Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Today we're covering a few more cyberse type monsters that have appeared within Yu-Gi-Oh Rush Duels. So the first one is Cyclitron. It's a cyberse type normal monster. It's a light attribute with 100 attack and 1500 defense. And it's a level 4. The flavor text on it is the cornerstone of the dragon tree that houses the providence of creation. As it breaks the absolute limit, it will push to a new unseen territory. Since it doesn't have an effect, it's an okay as a defender. At the moment, you don't have many monsters that are level 4 or higher that have 1500 or more attack. So this means that it does leave you with at least a little bit of protection, especially if you've just had this face down on your first turn and your opponent doesn't happen to summon into anything that's a tribute summon. The other card is Seed Clotron Bruslin. It's a cyberse type effect monster. It's a light attribute level 7 with 2400 attack and 1600 defense. The requirement: if this card was normal summoned this turn, and the effect is to send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. If you sent a monster that's a cyberse to the graveyard with this effect, you can then choose monsters cyberse type with 0 defense in your graveyard up to the number of face-up monsters your opponent controls, and add them to the hand. I don't like the design of this card. I know it's meant to recover some of your monsters, but it's very conditional. It's firstly based on how many cards your opponent has on their field. If they don't have any monsters, you can't trigger this effect. Or even if you do, it's reliant on the monster that you happen to send from the top of your deck. If you discard something that's not a monster, say a spell or trap, or you happen to send a monster that isn't a cyberse type monster, this effect doesn't trigger. The other thing is it can only be used on the turn that it's summoned because that's its requirement, making it a very weak level 7 cyberse type monster. I like the design. I think it's actually quite nice looking, but its effect is just not usable at the moment unless you can guarantee the top deck card you have, and it requires far too much setup to use. What do you guys think of these two cards? Do you like the cyberse type monsters? Can you see how this could be splashed into some other types? Or do you think, like me, that it's a bit of a waste of time? Whatever you think, leave those comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily Yu-Gi-Oh content.